Hey guys, REKLEZ back here again. And as you can tell by the title in this video, yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. Just let it be known right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to lie. I'm just gonna be straight up honest about this whole situation and just give my honest thoughts of what's happening here. So please, guys, watch the whole video first. And if you want to judge, that's fine. But please wait till after the video's over. All right, just please don't be one of those people who judges a video by the title and then goes to the comments. All right, just please hear me out, and if you still disagree with me, then by all means. So basically, what's been happening is, of course, a few days ago, the executive producer, I believe, Victoria Alonso, pretty much talked about the future of the X-Men when they joined the MCU. But there was one line that stuck out, and it got a lot of people talking, which is that, according to her, that she believes that the X-Men name is outdated, and that stirred up a lot of talk on social media. Like I already saw a decent amount of articles talking about it. Some people agree with it, while others didn't agree with it, and some, I think, peacefully disagreed. There was even a certain comment not a comment. There was even an article that I read where someone even said that if you're telling me that this name is outdated, then you're pretty much saying that it's been outdated for like the last 30 years. The same thing goes for like some other article that I read. I cannot recall exactly what this one was. I forgot the exact quote, damn it. Like, I wanted to try to find it, but I couldn't find it. But whoever made this one article made a good point, saying that it's not like Marvel was trying to just focus on the men of this group, which it's like, yeah, I mean, like, I highly doubt that when the X-Men were first created, I highly doubt that the men, like, the male fans were just looking for the men in this group. And like, I don't like how people are making it sound like the women in this group are not getting enough attention. They're not thriving or anything like that. It's like, to me that's a stupid argument, because if you think about it, most of these women in the X-Men are fan favorites, like Storm, Jean Grey, Mystique. They've all become fan favorites ever since they came onto to just that really good classic animated series. Also with Rogue and Psylocke and Jubilee, I guess. Also, just various women in this team are hugely over with the fans. So I just don't see why they have to make it, or she has to make it sound like that these women are not getting attention, or they're not being loved by the fans. It's like, I don't know. And you know what's funny too, really quick? The thing that I find very funny is, I recall when I watched the bloopers for Infinity War, I remember someone said that her favorite scene was the whole scene towards the end where you have Black Widow fighting alongside Black Panther's bodyguard. I forgot her name, but Michonne, basically. And I remember I recollected, like, wait a minute, like, is Victoria the same person that mentioned that was her favorite scene? So I actually went back to watch it, and sure enough, it was. And you could tell big time that she is all for equality, which to me, it's like, I'm not one to get political on my channel. You guys should know that. When it comes to my videos, I like to just keep them fun, entertaining, and just do a bunch of nerd videos, because that's the type of person I am. So I'm not one to do videos like this where I'm not one to divide people. I'm not one to like try to push my own agenda. I'm just here giving my honest thoughts of this whole situation. But it's like, for me, yeah, I agree that equality could be a good thing when it's done right. Let me give you an example of when it's done right. For example, yeah, I agree that the whole scene in Infinity War was pretty cool. How you had both Black Widow and the other character, how they teamed up. I thought that was a cool scene. And it was even more cool in Endgame, where they all gathered together to help Captain Marvel briefly. I thought that was another really good scene. And I thought it was even cool how you had Thor pretty much telling the Valkyrie that I guess she's worthy of ruling, I'm guessing, Asgard or something like that. So that's how you do it in a way to where you please everybody. But the way you don't do it now, again, guys, I have nothing against women or fiction, the real world, nothing, okay? I have nothing against women, so just please let that be known. But in my opinion, that's how you do it. That's how you make it work. But let's look at Star Wars The Last Jedi. Just what the fuck was that? Like, dude, like, when I saw reviews for the film, I saw the exact same things, like, oh, you know, this movie just panders towards all the female characters and whatnot. And for me, I didn't think much of it. For me, I thought to myself, like, how big of a deal could this be? And when I saw the film, I have to be honest, I didn't like it. I felt like this was a great example of forcing feminism down people's throats. I really feel like that was a great example of just completely forcing it. And unfortunately, that's been considered like possibly the worst Star Wars film in existence. And the thing that, you know, there wasn't really that many things in the film that got me like super worked up. But the one thing that did was seeing Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, get his ass kicked. Like, what the fuck was that? It's like, I just don't get it. Like, that movie is probably the best example I can come up with when it just feels so forced and you just completely alienate even the most diehard Star Wars fans. Now, with Marvel and DC, they haven't really done that. They haven't really done anything to where it makes me upset and it feels forced. No. And, like, I don't want people thinking that, like I said, this is not me trying to push my own agenda. It's not. I'm just being very honest and open-minded right now. Because, like I said, the X-Men have been, like, some of my childhood heroes. The men and the women. They've been some of the characters that I've supported ever since the dawn of time. And I think Marvel has given us some of the greatest X-Men films of all time. Like, personally, my favorite is possibly X-Men United. Like, that movie was just utterly fantastic. And everyone can agree that the X-Men animated series might just be the best Marvel animated show of all time. And I still love watching it to this very day. So, for them to get ruined just because someone thinks that the name is X-Men is really a slap in the face. And I really hope Kevin Feige and everyone who works with Marvel Studios, I really hope that they don't oblige by this, because if they do, they're going to stir up a ton of controversy and a ton of backlash, and I really don't want that to happen. Like, if they want to change the name, then just change it to, like, X-Force. Like, change the name to X-Force, or change it to, you know, something like that. It's like, if you don't want to have X-Men, well, then we can't have X-Women either if you want to have gender equality. So and if you want to make that argument that women are not getting enough attention or whatever, okay. Well, I got another example. Let's talk about the Transformers movies, okay? Now, personally, I don't care about how people complain about the women in those films being objectified or being just used as sex. I really don't care. But if you want to make that argument, then I'm going to talk about this. So in the Transformers films, you know, literally almost every single Transformers films, excluding Bumblebee and maybe a few others, for the most part, their female characters have always been used as sex objects, from Megan Fox to just everybody else pretty much. Like literally every single time in every film you see, like, just close-ups of these women's lady parts and just them in bikinis and, like, hardly wearing anything. So if you want to make that argument that women are not getting enough attention or that they're not getting enough character development, then again, look at Transformers, because those movies do a great job at not utilizing women characters. Now, you could argue that they're starting to do it now with Bumblebee, but you get my point, though. So the argument that the X-Men the women are, like, being overshadowed is, like, I don't buy that argument. I really don't. And personally, like I said, and it's like, I just don't want Marvel to fall into that line where they feel like they have to do something to make everyone happy. Because if they do, you might make some people happy, but you're gonna make your most diehard fans, the ones that have been loyal since, like, the very beginning, you're gonna alienate them, and they're probably gonna bash you, and they're not gonna love you anymore. Like, I'm just saying. And like I said, guys, I have nothing against women. I don't want people thinking that I'm a sexist or anything, because I'm not. I just believe that if you want to have a strong female team or female characters, then do it the way the MCU does it. Like I feel like the MCU does it pretty good to where you do have a proper amount of men and women. Now, like I said, I'm not all for equality because sometimes when that opportunity does come, it never happens. It's almost like sometimes you have women saying that, oh, we could have equality, but some things for the men are off limits. But I do believe that equality can be a good thing. I'm not disputing that. I just really think that many people just, I don't know, I feel like it just gets way out of hand sometimes, and I really don't think Marvel should take this route, because if they do, like, I'm not going to bash them and act like they're this terrible company now. Like, I'm not going to throw away all my X-Men merchandise or anything. I'm still going to support Marvel no matter what. Like, and obviously I have. I mean, whenever they give us something dumb, I bash it. Like, if they give us a bad movie, I'll come out and I'll admit it. Or if they give us a bad video game or a bad comic, I'll admit it. But this right here is just too much. I think it's too much for even the most loyal fans, and I really don't think people are going to be happy at all if they go through with this. I feel like there's going to be a huge amount of backlash, and honestly, I don't think they should take this route, because if they do, it's not going to be. And if you think about it, the X-Men are a team that was made for the sake of trying to show that you should not discriminate against anybody. Like, if you think about it, I forgot who told me this, but Stan Lee, I believe, even said too that these mutants, they were made to show that people should not be discriminated against. Like, I'm not sure if they were made to represent unfortunately slavery, or to represent like people who unfortunately were mistreated by of course the Nazis or whatever. I'm not sure exactly who they were meant to be to be similar to, but the point is, though, they were made to like show that everyone deserves, I guess, to be loved equally. That's what the X-Men were all about when they were first created. They weren't just created just for the sake of being created and being cool. No, they were created to have a purpose, and that purpose was to just show that even if you like in the fictional universe, it goes to show that even mutants can be treated as normal individuals. And that's, I think, is what makes the X-Men so great and such a memorable, just awesome team. So again, guys, I'm really hoping Marvel does not take this route, because if they do, it's gonna be a huge just controversy, and I would really hate to see my childhood heroes get ruined just because someone thinks that the name is outdated. And if you're gonna tell me that this name is outdated, then you're pretty much saying that Watchmen is also outdated. Yeah, DC Watchmen, or Men in Black. Like, if you're going to tell me that this name is outdated, then you're telling me that those films are outdated as well. So, like I said, I have nothing against Marvel, nothing against Kevin Feige, the Russo brothers. They've given us so many great films over the last decade. They've given us so many great characters, so many great films, so many great video games. So, I don't want to make this video me trashing them or like calling them out, but I'm just saying, if they go through with this, there's going to be a backlash. So just please, Marvel, don't take this route. Like I said, the women in the X-Men are already loved by many people. They've been loved just as much as the men have. And like I said, if you want to make that argument that they don't get enough attention, again, go back and look at the Transformers films, or go back and look at, I mean, hell, if you want to make that argument, look at Game of Thrones. In the very beginning of the show, every single episode was just the women showing their asses and their boobs. So if you want to make that argument, look at shows like that, or look at movies like that. Like, I'm dead serious. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Like, if I really wanted to, I could ramble on for a long ass time, but I'm not gonna do that, because I think I made my point pretty clear. So just please leave the X-Men name. Just please don't change it, because if you do, it's not going to be good. It's just gonna be ugly. It's gonna be a huge mess, honestly. So those are my thoughts on this whole situation. Like I said, guys, once again, I don't hate women, and I don't hate fictional. I don't hate women in general. There's a huge amount of female characters that I do like. Aside from the X-Men, I like Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Cassie Cage, Black Cat, Cammy, Chun-Li. Sonya Blade, Katana. You know, I love a lot of female characters. So, like I said, I don't think they should do this because again, it's not the right call. It's just not the right call. So those are my overall thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Please be civil. Please, guys, don't call me out. Don't be a dick about it. Just be civil and just be respected, okay? If you are respectful to me, I'll be respectful to you. All right. So that's all I gotta say. So pretty much it, guys. All right. So leave your thoughts down below about this whole situation, and I'll probably have a review of X-Men Dark Phoenix soon. All right. So like, comment, subscribe, and until then, Reckless Rich signing out.